Yeah, thank you. I wanted to ask Dearica, you're a veteran in this league. Can you talk about just sort of maybe the advice and everything you've been able to give young players like Cam and to get ready for what they're going to be, going against?
Honestly, the advice I've just been giving Cam personally is just to kind of be patient. You know, she came into camp and she was a little hard on herself. She was like, I don't know if I'm going to be good and this, that. And you can just see each day that she just gets better and better and more comfortable and more confident in her offense. So I would say that to Cam and then Rakia just to keep her head up. And she's obviously a great offensive talent. And yeah, they're doing well. I'm proud of them. I've been more emotionally supportive, I would say, and just trying to lead by example. And they're picking it up pretty well.
And obviously last year, even though you just had a baby, you were the one who you played every game last year. I mean, you were the rock for this franchise. Can you talk about just that process for you becoming that person for the Sparks?
Yeah, last year was, I know Kurt tried to slow me down a little bit. I remember it was like the first day of training camp, and I was already asking if I could run sprints up and down the floor. And it was a personal goal of mine to play in every game. And I remember when I sprained my ankle and I went out maybe like the first minute of the Phoenix game, and it was a possibility that I was going to miss the next game. And I was kind of like, no, like I'm very capable of playing. I tied my shoes up, and I was back the next game. But this year, just continuing to hopefully stay healthy, be durable, and kind of give like my heart and hustle to this team. Um, yeah, I can't really. Sorry, I'm a little. Um, sorry. The next question.
All
Thanks.
right, Michael, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, we'll turn to Doug. And after Doug, we're going to try Rashawn again. Doug, go ahead.
Hey, Dearica, good to see you. I'm
Hi.
curious because you've had children in both of the CBAs with mother components to it. What is good about this new CBA or the current one that helps moms like you? And what would you like to see added in the next CBA that would help you even more?
Um, I think a lot of things were accomplished in the last CBA for parents, moms in particular. Being able to, have your full salary. I think the thing that is going to have to be kind of changed is the thing behind closed doors, maybe with the league and the owners and the hard salary cap. I think that kind of forces teams to kind of be pinned against the player. Um, but obviously, it's got to be a little bit of give and take. There's something that they have to figure out and dig deep and um, but I'm confident I'm a little bit more involved in it this go around, with a little bit more say so, with the PA working with them. So I'm confident that they're going to figure out a way that everybody kind of gets a piece of the pie.
And just to follow up, I mean, things are better in this CBA than the previous one when you had Amaya in some ways.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't really say that I kind of recognized it back then. I was just young and kind of going through it. I would say being now that I have two kids and it's been 10 years, I can feel a little bit more and I'm more appreciative of it. But at the time I was so young, I didn't know any different. So
Thanks, Dearica. Appreciate it.
thank
All
you.
right, thanks. We're going to go to Rashawn. Rashawn, you're going to be followed by Roy. Rashawn.
Thanks, Ron. For Cameron, wondering how did you feel out there on the floor in Edmonton, and what are some things that you're looking to for the next game against Phoenix?
Um, it's funny, Dearica said it before, but she has been instilling a lot of confidence in me. Before the Edmonton game, I remember going up to her when we were stretching and just like telling her I was like, I'm worried about starting. I'm like, I feel ready for it, but it's just a lot, and I know the privilege and the honor it is to play in the W, so just want to uphold that. But I felt really good out there. I feel like I said this, and I don't know. I just feel like not in a bad way, but it's just so much more fun than college basketball. Like just playing with players of this caliber is just such a blast. And for this next game, I kind of just hope to do the same thing, just to focus on our offense, continue to make the changes defensively that Kurt wants me to make, just being more aggressive and just trying to be a sponge.
All right, thanks. We're going to turn to Roy. Roy, you're going to be followed by Jordan and Jeff. Roy.
Hi, everyone. Rowie Hadar, Scripps News. I have a question that I think all three of you could play on. I think I would start with Cameron, just being a rookie here, and I think this would fit. Just this league's been around for a while. I know that you and Caitlin and Angel and everybody in this rookie class has been very, very like open about recognizing everybody who came before and sort of making this moment in terms of viewership and ratings and attention possible. I'm curious why you think it took until this rookie class for the attention to step up so much after so many years of the league. Like, what do you think it is that is unique, like that made it until now for this moment to happen?
To be frank, I do think this class is special, but I think it's just kind of the combination of time passing, NIL becoming a thing, and you guys, the media, kind of finally pouring the love and attention into us. But I don't think like let's say like Dearica's class had the same type of media attention and NIL, like they would be the superstar class. So I don't necessarily think that we're anything special. I think we're really good players, and I do think we're like, if you look at other draft classes, we're a really strong class. But I think it's just been time in the women before us.
All right, thanks. We'll turn to Jordan. Jordan, you're followed by Jeff.
Hello, hope you all are doing well. My question is for Cameron. I just talk about how it's been developing that chemistry with Rakia and all the other ladies on the team.
I was actually talking about this with Ray the other day, but I think, and Kurt said this too, like we may not be a super team, but we just have such a great group of people, and we love playing with each other. And of course, like the season's just starting, but it really could be anyone's night on any given day. And of course, like we have great vets like Leja, Kia, Dearica, Lexi, but we just play really well with each other. I think we really enjoy playing with each other. And I've just enjoyed playing so much for Kurt. I think I've just learned so much in these past couple of weeks. Like, it's insane. So I think we have great chemistry so far. And like Kurt said this, like we're really far ahead. I mean, we still have a lot of work to do, but it's really just been so much fun. So it's exciting.
Thank you. Good luck.
All right, thanks. Jeff, you're up. Christina next.
Yeah, this question's for Coach Kurt Miller. And just kind of talk about your excitement of coaching this young core of Cameron Brink, Rakia Jackson, Zaya Cook, and then also the importance of having the veterans like Dearica, Kia Nurse.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate all to be here. It's been an incredible start. So much energy, enthusiasm, willingness to learn. Probably not talked about enough amongst all of us is this is the shortest training camp in the history of the league. And so what coaches are throwing at players right now is, amazing. And some of their heads are spinning, especially, the rookies that are learning all new coverages and offensive schemes and terminology, amongst other things. And, I just have felt a constant passion and desire to grow each day by this group and get better day by day, and the enthusiasm that they've come with, it's been contagious to all of us. It's fun. I look at this as year one in our build here in LA. We obviously had a great veteran in Neko Gumike, and putting a bunch of pieces around her, could we strike lightning in the bottle? With her deciding to move on, we have a clear vision of where we are and what we're trying to do. And so really excited about our young pieces, but the core veterans have been unbelievable in welcoming them, leading them, teaching them, but being supportive. And what is not probably thought about is Leja was an all-star. Kia Nurse was an all-star. Dearica is a decorated all WNBA player and a WNBA champion. Despite Azaree's injury, she is a WNBA champion. So we have veterans that have won and won at the highest level and have achieved individually at the highest level. And while they may not be the first names on the top of mind of everybody, they are quality leaders and people. And our locker room is just right now outstanding. And I just want to give a shout out to these two on here. Dearica doesn't get enough credit for what she did last year to play in all 40 games after the birth of legend and her second child and everything that she was dealing with. And we will keep most of that internally, but the strength that she displayed on a daily basis last year is unbelievable. And now leading a Cameron, a Rakia, just fun to watch and be a part of. Dearica shows up each and every day. She's low maintenance. And for a coach in the W to have low maintenance players, it's heaven, you guys, heaven. That's how fun it is to coach Dearica. Cameron is so far ahead of what she even realizes. My biggest takeaway is she's farther advanced offensively than maybe we thought at this time. Not playing in a system that played a lot of pick and roll. She is picking up pick and roll offense and defense really well. We got to, she's unselfish to a fault. Defensively, we ask her to be a little bit more aggressive in that second half against Seattle and Edmonton. And we saw a ball go into the fifth row after we asked that. So love to see that rim protection and what we're so excited about her bringing. But we have a dynamic young core. And while we know who we are and aren't afraid to talk about it, we aren't putting any ceilings on this team.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Christina?
Hey everyone, Christina Williams here, Girls Talk Sports TV and NBC. My question is for Coach Kurt. You just mentioned that this is sort of like the year one and rebuilding post Nneka Ogwumike. What would you say the culture of this team is going to be moving forward? And also, you guys just made the announcement that the first few games will be back at crypto. So how can the LA Sparks, just get the community more involved in terms of attendance of the game and just being interested in the Sparks overall?
Yeah, Christina, good to see you and appreciate all you do for our game also. Certainly it's a shared leadership locker room right now. And I told them that the best teams are peer led and that when they hold each other accountable while still having fun and having excitement for the game, being a young team is really special to watch develop. I talked about the collegiate level. I was a micromanager of plays and games, and you can't do that at this level. The best teams are peer led, and the best would be that I'm a manager of all these personalities and all this talent and not necessarily the coach. And so we're getting that shared leadership. I look at myself in the mirror that I looked at Nneka for a lot of, answers and a lot of leading last year. Now it's a group, really collective voice, collective leadership. We have great veterans. And so I'm really excited on how that's developing, and it's only going to continue to get better and empower their voices, empower their leadership. So it's fun. The recent announcement, Christina, we're very blessed to be able to play our first two games in front of the Long Beach community and continue to grow that fan base. Long Beach is rich in tradition in women's basketball. I mean, they were Final Four teams back in the 80s, and people have any kind of long-term memory of women's basketball, what Long Beach has meant to the women's basketball community. So still excited that we're going to have some games there, but obviously coming home and being back in crypto, being back where our season ticket holders are used to a routine, can't wait to be in crypto. We open against Indiana, which is exciting. And now, I can't imagine our ticket sales office what they're going through with the change in venues, but appreciate all the effort and energy that goes into that. And we're excited about building a real energy in LA. coming off great seasons by USC and UCLA. Women's basketball has never been hotter in LA, and we want to bring that excitement back into crypto. I've been here 15 or 16 months. Christine, I've been through multiple presidents and multiple GMs, and behind the scenes in the front office, we have stability now. We have a direction. We have a real excitement, and it's just now going to take off behind the scenes internally within our organization. And I think you're going to see that on our fan base. And again, we know who we are. We're asking us to jump on board. Overused is trust the process and trust the build, but I'm really excited about what could happen in LA and continuing to make it one of the best places for players to play in the league.
All right. Thanks. We go next to DJ and then Nancy. DJ.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This question's for Cam. Your coach kind of just specifically spoke about this, and I actually have this question too. Where do you feel like your game is farther along, on your offensive end or your defensive end? Your coach literally just praised you on offense, which I was getting ready to say. And obviously we know you're a defensive monster.
That's a good question. I feel like this is all happening so fast that I really haven't had time to process. I'm really just trying to remember all the plays. But I think offensively, I just really enjoy it because Kurt's right. Like we played in a ball screen offense at Stanford. It was like the triangle or Princeton. And I feel like I just kind of have freedom to move and create. And, I have room to like drive and kick, and I do pass the ball too often, and I'm working on that. I'm just so used to being triple teamed and making the extra pass. But I think I'm proud of myself offensively, continuing to work on my three. And then defensively, I think I love the way we play defense because I don't know, in my mind, I see it as like the ultimate help pressure defense. And I still kind of have that ability to roam, but I'm also really allowed to be aggressive. And that's what I love about defense.
I was getting ready to ask, I mean, do you feel like you need to be more aggressive on both sides of the ball? Like your coach literally just spoke about this too.
Yeah, I think obviously like on offense, I'm always going to look to get Kia and Lexi and Dearica open because they're, our first options. But whenever I can score, I'm going to, take that opportunity. And then defensively, I'm like really looking to be more aggressive, especially on ball screens and, off the ball staggers, all of that.
All right.
Not
Thanks.
too aggressive. No fouls.
I only had 2 last game.
Going to turn to Nancy. Nancy, go ahead.
Hi, Nancy Armour from USA Today. This question is for Kurt. Kurt, kind of following up on what you were talking about building and kind of rejuvenating in LA. I'm just wondering the league overall. This is very much the interest in women's sports, women's basketball in particular, is growing. The W announced the other day charter flights. What needs to happen next, or what do fans or what does the league need to do to continue growing the game and making sure that the momentum is sustained?
Yeah, I would answer it, and I will tell you, obviously the directive is we can't talk about CBA issues, so I'm not going to talk about charters, but what I can talk about is fan investment, and that's coming to our games, that's buying merchandise, that's wearing merchandise out in public, it's asking vendors to carry WNBA products. It's all that. Again, there was a question early on in this, and one of the things that I think has helped our game was this draft class spent 4 years in the collegiate level and became household names. There's a tremendous freshman class in college that is finishing up their freshman year, but if they came into the draft right now, which would be fun, but with them becoming household names over the next 3 years, that really became a big part of the collegiate viewership and the growth of the women's game is just currently what our system looks like, other than one and dones in the men's game. But I digress. I just really think it's investment and our fan bases coming to games, investing into merchandise, wearing that merchandise, and then corporate sponsors jumping on board. Hear me, corporate sponsors jumping on board right now. They see the viewership, they see the bang for their buck right now in women's sports in general, but especially the WNBA. And the more and more that happens, the more and more these commercials are going to happen with the faces of our league, and just continue to have incredible opportunities individually for our players and our franchises.
Great, thanks.
All right, thank you. I'm going to go back to Mike Vopel. I believe there was a bit of an audio issue on your earlier question. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, this is a question for Cam. Coach was just talking about this, the high profile of this rookie class. I wonder how you've sort of balanced having that profile and also, the issue of security and just protecting yourself, because that's become a bigger issue as all WNBA players' profiles have risen. How have you sort of balanced that, and do you talk to some of maybe your teammates or other players about that?
I think for me, it's really not bad. I think I worry for friends of mine like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. But for me, it's really not bad. I love when people come up to us and chat. But we do have security. Duran, he's the best. But it's really not an issue for me. So
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks. We have time for just a couple of more. I'm going to get to Christos. Christos, go ahead.
Hello, Christos for the question for you, Cam. What impressed you most about Dearica and the whole Sparks team? What is the most impressive part for you, and what did you learn so far through this process into your rookie WNBA preseason?
That's a good, so much, honestly. That's a good question. I think what impressed me the most, well, I'm just thankful. So before training camp started, I had time with Dearica in Springfield, Massachusetts. We were playing 3-on-3. And I really just kind of got a sense for how tough she really is. And even in training camp, I would complain about, one of the practice guys running me over, and all she says is just play through it in a loving way. But I know she keeps me accountable, but she's just play through it. And so I think obviously she's so skilled, she's so underrated. She can shoot the 3-ball, she can guard anybody. She's so strong, but I think her toughness mentally, physically, is really underrated. And I honestly just love playing with her. She's been so good to me. And then the rest of the team, I don't know, I think just the way how unselfish everyone is, the starting 5, I feel we just play really well together. And then even the bench, we just have really great energy. So I really can't speak highly enough of the team.
All right. I think, Kurt, were you going to jump in there for a second?
No, I thought Cam would say something about her wonderful coach.
I did see you pointing to you. So yes, that's why I called on you. All right. Dearica, Cam, Kurt, thank you so much for your time. I know you got a flight to catch. Good luck, everybody. Safe travels to
Thank you, guys.
We will see you at 2
Go
o'clock.
Sparks.
We have Washington at 2 o'clock, Phoenix 2:30 Eastern, Seattle 5:30 Eastern. Those groups include Ariel Atkins, Brittany Sykes, Kalia Copper, Diana Taurasi, Drew Lloyd, and Nneka Ogwumike. See you guys later today.